Okay, Wednesday morning in the kingdom, and no Johnny G, he's still on holiday. So his replacement will be delivering the freight and everything. But last week, the replacement even had to work on Saturday because of no power outage and everything. Everything got bunched up. So true company men, yes, not like me. Oh, gotta move my finger. My Grinch gloves are so big. All right. Ooh, no comment there from the ladies. All right. So we woke up to -11, but feels like -16. Yes, it's warm out here. It's actually warm. All right. Then on the yo-yo scale, +10 Fahrenheit. Ooh, but feels like +1 Fahrenheit. So confusing, like Father's Day here in WHO-ville. Also, too, Amazon announced my 12th book of my writing career, which is the second book in my Winter Road series. Yes, I wrote a book about winter roads. Yes, now I hate them because I don't get paid. Yeah, minor detail. All right, the second book is called Head Hanger. Yes, Head Hanger, because we had an 86 Dodge truck, you know, just a half ton. We hung our head in shame as we drove by the ladies at Dairy Queen. So it was known as the Head Hanger. Yes, it wasn't a chick magnet, not like the 48 Chevy sedan delivery. That's a chick magnet. All right, so it's free, the book, not the 48 Chevy. The book, Head Hanger, is free from November 27th to December 1st. So that's 5 days on Amazon, 4 days on Sesame Street. Oh, my arm got sore holding this paper. It gets pretty heavy the older you get. All right, let's back up. Look at that, no trip and fall. All right, so the me phone should be warm enough to do a scroll. Yes, all right. So we got no sunshine. I think it's going to try to snow today. We're not sure what it's going to do, but this isn't winter temperatures. Oh my, what, 6 years ago we were -35 below, and we weren't going to the rodeo either. All right, so we'll scroll a bit more. Look at the whole shack. Yes, it's nice and warm in there, and I'm standing out here holding a stick. Yes. All right, so we got the wood stoves going. Oops, yes, there we go. And we got the Bismarck, the D69U, known as the Bismarck, plugged in over there. Yes, and that worked out good, grabbing that little bit of wood, tossing it in there. Oh, I can't wait till we get 1 million subscribers, and then I can turn up the heat. Yeah, just turn it up, and I won't care. Yes, just crank it up. All right, so we're getting pretty close there. We're climbing pretty good with new subscribers every day. And to the new subscribers, yes, we are not crazy. We're just out here having fun. We're retired, and we are the learning channel. And I untangled the flags over there so they can fly free in what little breeze we have. All right, we better get to work. Here comes the boss. Okay, over at the shop, first thing we did this morning after getting the wood stoves going was run the cord. Yes, run the cord. So we have it over here for plugging in the 39 Chevy. Yes, we got a little bit of snow sprinkles or whatever, a skiff of snow. So here we go. And of course the cord's too short, just like my honeymoon. All right, so over here we got it plugged in. I'll walk over here very carefully. Oh, can't get my cord hooked. All right. There we go. So the motor's covered with a bit of snow. And can you hear that, Les Nessman? That's the block heater down there. I don't know if we can see the cord, Yogi, but there it is there. It's slowly heating up this motor, and you can see the snow is melting off the front of the cylinder head here at the top, which we want. Yes, which we want. So this truck will fire right up at noon when it's time to move it. Okay, the next thing we got to do is remove the timer from the block heater cord. Yes, because it restricts the energy movements or whatever. Plus, we make sure it's going to not kick out. We have the timing right. So we have this wide hood on the Bismarck, and the hood has the wide hood too. Yes, the other cat that was sunk together with the Bismarck. So we stuff a tarp in there to keep the air movement down. Yes, the air movement down. So let's pull the tarp back to see if the timer is actually working. Or better yet, see if we lift the lid up. Oh, God. There we go. All right, so the lines are lining up that the cogs or whatever the wheel are pushed down, so that means the timer is sending the power through. All right, we'll pull this tarp back just like the curtain in the shower when I sneak up on the wife when I was married. Oh yes, and peeking in behind the shower curtain to see her wet, naked, beautiful body. Oh right, I didn't have my glasses on at the time. All right, so the snow has melted off the motor, and if I reach in with my hand, it should feel warm on the cylinder head, so that means that this motor is going to start with no problems.
Wednesday morning in WHO-ville. It's just after 10 a.m. and as you can see, it is snowing out there. It's been like this since last night, but not much has come down, so let's head inside, let the dogs out and make breakfast. I already have a fire going. The house is nice and toasty warm. Then at 1 p.m. I'll go over to the kingdom and see what we're doing today.
Okay, lunchtime in the kingdom. Let's check on the 39 Chevy here to see how that block heater worked. Yeah, see if we have any melted snow. I double checked the cords. And look at that, all the snow is off and the air cleaner is set to suck warm air, so that carburetor is not going to ice up. All right, let's go burn some lunch in the microwave and then we can have fun.
12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch, and as you can see, it is still snowing out here. It's been non-stop since this morning, but not much has come down, so let's head inside, let the dogs out. It is pretty warm out here right now. Make lunch. I think I'll have craft dinner today. Almost 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch, and I got the Polaris out. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's negative 12 degrees Celsius, which is 10 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It is still snowing, so let's head inside, let the dogs back in, and head over to the kingdom. Just after 1 p.m. and I made to the kingdom and got the jerry cans, and I'll head on back into WHO-ville and get some diesel. 1:30 and I made it back to the kingdom, just dropped off all the jerry cans for 4 diesel. It was $153, which isn't bad. This is how much everything was right here, if you guys can see it. Now I'll head out to the shop and see what my dad's up to. On my way down to the shop, and it looks like we are going to get Bismarck out and pull around the drag a few times in the yard here so we can smooth everything out because there's a lot of ruts. Then we'll do some firewood and a few other things. Now let's go down to the shop and help my dad fuel everything up. Almost 2 p.m. and I'm down at the shop. We're going to get Bismarck started and let it warm up, and then start the 39 and move it over by the green toy. That way we could get the cat out. Then we have to wind up the winch. Got the 39 moved out of the way. Now my dad will get on the Bismarck and bring it around to the ramp and beside the boxcar, and then we can unload the salvage sloop and hook onto the double Z drag. Made it down the south trail, no problem. That is our little walking trail that I came down. Now I'm waiting for my dad to come around the wood pile and down here so I can get a nice little video of him. Then we'll go around the yard a few times, over by the rabbit tower and back into the kingdom. Looks like my dad found one of the drags that we put up in behind the house there, which was next to the other one. So it looks like when we're done dragging, we'll have to come down and get this drag as well. I knew I seen something pulling in the snow. Now my dad will head around and I'll get a video of him coming up the ramp by the kingdom. 2:30, I'm back up at the house. My dad just went down to the front gate to turn the double Z drag around. Then I'll get a little video of him coming up by the house so he can park it back around where we got it from. Almost 3 p.m. My dad just got the drag back into place. Now we'll head over beside the shop and hook onto the welding sleigh and the caboose and move those out of the way and onto the snow since they're just sitting in dirt. Forgot to mention in my last video, we are going to leave the drag at the bottom of the hill over by the rabbit tower where my dad accidentally dragged it down there. We were going to grab it today, but since we have to get the famous black cat out within the next couple days, we'll just leave it there and get it later. Over at the shop now, and as you can see, the welding sleigh and the caboose is sitting directly on dirt, and that's not good because if it gets too frozen it'll be even harder to move around. So now that we have just enough snow, we can pull them forward out in front of the Lynn tractors and stuff for later on. Got the Bismarck over at the one caboose. We are going to winch it out instead of trying to hook up the hitch. That will be pointless. Messing around with it while it's frozen will be pretty hard on our back, so now we'll hook the winch up and then just drag it ahead. just after 3 p.m. and my Me phone died because of the cold, so I had to switch over to my dad's. He's just gonna go park the Bismarck, and I'm gonna head inside and plug my phone in, then we'll cut up some firewood. Almost 3:30 and we're down at the shop now, gonna do some wood, but first we have to oil up the gearbox with the Obsolete hand pump. Make sure the skill saw is nice and oiled up so we can get wood cutting. Walk in and show you guys here. Looks oiled up to me. Now let's get cutting. Almost 4 p.m. we just finished filling up all the wheelbarrows and the wagon, plus all the tubs with kindling and stuff. I'm officially done in the kingdom, so I'll grab my dog treats and head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather at 5 p.m.
Okay, after 4 p.m., hopefully there's enough daylight, and I'll explain how this winch system works here on the cat. All right, first off, I'm not an operator. 2, I'm not an operator. 3, I ride the thing. And also 2, it's once a year we use the winches. Okay, so over the years we spent money getting the winches going because they are important, okay? So in 2017, we got some new cables for both the Bismarck and the hood, and they haven't been, how do you say, tensioned to lay, so they don't want to lay. Once you winch something in and get some tension on it, the cable will lay and always stay in that position. Also too, here, we've been through the brakes and everything down in here, and we have notes on here, how the arrows and everything go. And at my age, we have to write on everything. All right, so this is the brake that holds the drum. So that way it's on, or on this way, because you're tightening the brake band, which is in here. Yes, in here. All right, I'll climb up on the cat so we can record the other levers, because I look like Elton John playing the piano up there. Okay, the reference to Elton John playing the piano, we grew up in the 70s, so Elton John had the Piano Man. That was one of the #1 songs on the AM radio. All right, so here we got the thingies. That's the blade control. This is the blade up, blade down. That's your Johnson bar right here. That's to go forward. You pull it back, you go backwards. That's your transmission. So you got your first is over here. Second, third, fourth, fifth. You don't want to know about fifth. It's way too fast. So over here, that's your clutch, and then your winch control in and out, and that's your brake for your winch. So I wrote on here. All right, so that's in. So that lever that way winches the cable in, the other way winches it out. So you got to have the clutch. It's engaged right now because you always leave these things running or idling with the transmission turning, because that's the way it is. So you have to make sure this is in neutral. Okay, your shifter's in neutral. Declutch. Put your lever into gear, which you want to do with the thing. So we got 1, 2, 3 over there, 1, 2 over here. So that's 5 cables or 5 levers we're trying to remember and operate. Yes, so that's why we're a little slow, and sometimes we don't have it in. But the main thing is always have that winch control into neutral, because if you clutch in, that thing starts winding the cable up or dumping it out. So you always make sure, you have to be very careful. All right, and we bought that winch control down in the States from that Parks Tractor or Tractor Supply or whatever, and they sent everything you ever wanted and never got for Christmas with that levers. Yes, that was a very good purchase. All right, let's go check on the flags because it's starting to snow.
5 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's still negative 12 degrees Celsius, which is 10 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It stopped snowing when I was at the kingdom, but of course the moment I get home it starts snowing again. So let's head inside, let the dogs out, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, we'll stock up the stoves and get everything ready for tonight. Yes, we'll release the video as soon as we get it done, so you can see the caboose and everything was parked over here, the welding sleigh. So using the winch worked out pretty good for pulling it forward. We knew we couldn't pull it because this is straight ice. Yes, the rain and snow were melting and everything in the first part of November. So the D69U had little troubles pulling the drag, but you got to remember, that's 4 grader blades in one, so it's pulling pretty good, cutting it right down, but that's what we wanted, so it worked out good. That's why we chose such a big cat. All right, so everything's looking good. The sleighs are out, and we can take the welding sleigh to town. Oh, the Me phone's going dark and light, dark and light. It's going to censor me. All right, let's look at the flags over here. They're in their natural state of being limp. All right, let's go drink some, walk the dogs, drink some beer, make a video, and we'll talk to you later.